Welcome to ACN, the Liberation TV of Ambazonia. Ambazonia Defense Forces, the vanguards of the Ambazonia War of Independence.
Ambazonia, special loyalty, presence to our Savior who granted us the freedom. Allegiance to the hero who bore the lonely gather. Glory to glory, we rise and never to fall. Here in a nation, flowing rivers and holy. Glory, glory, glory to the Father for making you a nation, a joy forevermore. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty in our need, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty in our need, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation.
The Rangers and the uniform.
Good afternoon, good evening, fellow Ambazonians. Let me use this opportunity for all those watching back at home, our forces back at home in the fields, in the mountain ranges, in the valleys, and in camp. Accept my greetings, accept the greetings of the War Council, accept the greetings and the prayers of millions of Ambazonians for your sacrifices. Our captives in the dungeons of La République du Cameroon, we have not and we will not forget you. We are doing everything in our power to bring you home to a hero's welcome. Our Ambazonian people, I also want to thank and call everyone to service. Days like this, just minutes ago, that I was preparing to come on air, I received a heartbreaking news that a commander, not of the Ambazonian Defense Forces, but trained by us, brought into the struggle by us, who was working on his block, cooperating with us. Someone who took me into the ground as we prepared our land for the almighty battle that we are now engaged in, that he just passed away, Commander Niba. a giant. It's a heartbreaking loss. It's a heartbreaking loss, and it's hard. My condolences goes to his comrade in arms and to his family who mourn him today. I pray and I hope that the gods of Ambazonia take him into their arms and give him the rest that he deserves, as we who are living complete the job that they began. My fellow Ambalanders, days like this tell us the commitment that each and every one of us must make. News like this tell every single one of us that our commitment is not enough. Because every single day we have giants of the struggle who are not only committed, but they have offered their lives so that our nation, our people can enjoy all the rights of a human being. For the blood, the land bore their blood from General Hassan to now General Neba. The blood spilled in our land for heroes to maintain the tree of liberty that is growing. We who are living must redouble, triple, and do everything in our power to meet the bar that they have set for us with their ultimate sacrifice, so that we can bring the struggle to its logical end. A celebration of these heroes in Buea. As I explained to you the last time when I stood in front of you to announce the passing away of General Hassan in Buea, the Buea military district is one of our largest military zones and critical for the state of Ambazonia. We and you are called upon to make sure that that victory, that a lot of the dynamic control that we have in Buea at this moment is consolidated into a static control for our state of Ambazonia. The idea of a stabilization, the stabilization force, the stabilization of Buea, the critical job to make sure that the work that Hassan and Kumbu and Kapu and Ebube and No Mercy and St. Michael and all of these incredible heroes, the job that General Guinea, they gave their life for, it is time to consolidate that And I call on every single one. I'm asking you, Ambazonians, to join me in this task of making sure that we don't go back on the gains that we have already made on the field. Those gains are significant. Those gains are game-changing gains. But we must. For whom more is given, more is demanded. We are getting more and more foothold in major areas in our land, and that increases the necessities for the forces and for our nation. And that is why we must, as a people, at this critical juncture, stand up as never before. My fellow Ambalanders, as just happened with General Neba, as just happened with General Hassan, our people are more than 8 million strong. These are not lone wolves. These are not lone lions. Those that come behind them are even more ferocious than them. What you call their chokchiers, their successors, are even more ferocious. And I say this knowing that the command structure has been fleshed out in Bull at this moment carries some of our very, very best on the field. I had a conversation yesterday with the leader of the revolution, Dr. Ayaba. I had a conversation this morning with the Supreme General, the overall ground commander, General Efang. We had a discussion at the War Council. In the coming weeks, the command for the Bui military district will be fleshed out, with the overall commander, who is now a major general, and the brigadier general. As I earlier explained to you, we have Commander Kumbu, who has been appointed an officer and a commander of the Yellow base with the rank of a colonel. He will take over the immediate work of the base that General Hassan died fighting in. A fight involving hundreds of La République forces, a fight that I had been told at one point devolved into a hand-to-hand combat, a fight that La République launched mortars and RPGs before their forces could withdraw. In their anger, more than 30 houses were burned to the ground, were shelled. That is the level of our forces. And I'm asking every single commander of the Yellow base to be at alert. Soldiers, you have your commander. Colonel Kumbu. At this moment, I can only also inform our people of the appointment as an officer of the Ambazonian Defense Forces, Commander Ridwan, one of our most able field commanders right now in our Bui military district. Commander Ridwan is a commander of many battles with La République du Cameroon. Has a lot of armored cars killed under his belt. Is always out on the road. Has demonstrated both in the field and in camp his fighting, ferocious fighting, and the command of his peers. He has been appointed a colonel of the Ambazonian Defense Forces Kum base. Appointed also as colonel is Commander No Mercy. This is one of the most brilliant Ambazonians you will find. A humble guy, a soldier, true and true of Ambazonia. Someone with integrity and honesty and a work ethic that our people can be proud of. Commander No Mercy is an incredible hard worker and will be taking up the role of mission commander for the Bui military district. Colonel No Mercy. My fellow Ambazonian, the pillar, one of the military districts for our struggle, very consequential, is the Bui military district. With these appointments, we stabilize the region. We bring them to a level of command and control synonymous with your Ambazonian Defense Forces, the People's Army. Because to us, we are a free nation, deserving of an army that is synonymous with the state of Ambazonia. And I'm asking all the officers and the commanders, the officers and the gentlemen of the Ambazonian Defense Forces to be very, very aware of the professionalism of our forces, their oath as officers and gentlemen of the Ambazonian Defense Forces, their acknowledgement of their superior officers, and the absolute intolerance that any soldier will be allowed to disobey their chain of command. The overall ground commander, the supreme commander of the Ambazonian Defense Forces, is General Efa, deserving of all the respect of all the soldiers, generals and foot soldiers. No insubordination will be tolerated against any commander up the chain of command. We must. We are the character of Ambazonia. We, the Ambazonian Defense Forces, forms the character of the fabric of the nation that we are building. We are the best. You, soldiers and commander, are the best of us. You must demonstrate that in your actions, in your attitude. You must demonstrate that. Our nation is going to be the reflection of the warriors of our nation. What you have been able to do is incredible. You have taken on a colonial empire and demonstrated a capability that has broken them. We are proud of you, every single one of you, members of the Ambazonian Defense Forces, the army of the people of Ambazonia. You are something that our nation has never seen. We owe you a debt of gratitude that can never be repaid. You know, coming on here, I just got a briefing. The briefing came to me and I sat in that briefing listening how it was being explained to me the state of the spirit of the terrorists that are today burning our villages, carrying out extrajudicial killings and ethnic cleansing in Ambazonia, the forces of La République du Cameroon. I was informed. I do not see this as any intelligence to keep. I was informed that right now, the Ministry of Defense and their political structures are looking for a means to have a ceasefire in the fight so that they can regroup, because their losses these past couple since the beginning of the year has been horrific. So let me be clear, and I hope their intelligence officers watching this, or those that are watching at A2D and at their military bases and their senior offices and B offices, let me be crystal clear. There will be no ceasefire in Ambazonia. None. Zero. We will continue the punishment that we have been meting out on the murderers of our people and the burners of villages. That should be crystal. You do not negotiate with a mad dog. You shoot it like a mad dog. You know, it will be very hard to say that you can have an accommodation with terrorists. It will not happen. It will never happen. We will beat them in Ambazonia. we will send them across the Mongo. There will be no respite. There will be no hiding place for them in our land. The only place that they can feel safe is not Buda or Bonaberi. They will withdraw across the Bonaberi Bridge. And they will withdraw right into Bafusam, not at our border. Because that would still act as a threat to us, that we will fight them in Buda. Those zones, Buda, from Buda across to Bonaberi, that is going to be a demilitarized zone. We see one of their military there, we will follow them there. You know, let me use this opportunity to talk to our people, to the Ambazonians, my fellow countrymen. This is significant, absolutely significant. We, for the past couple of years, have almost fallen into a state of wait and see. I know a lot of you have, because you have certain leaders who have been sitting around the table looking over their shoulder waiting. How do we bring La République on the table? How do we bring La République on the table? How can we force them? We beg you, the Swiss. We beg you, the UN. Force them to come and talk to us. My fellow Ambazonians, why you haven't seen us on that table? Why you saw our outright rejection when the UN made this their joke, calling for ceasefire about COVID? Why you saw our abject rejection and repugnance is because we are not begging La République to negotiate. We cannot. We will not. We will defeat them. And if you think that you cannot, then it comes to the argument that I make to you, that I told you before you saw the stabilization, the unfolding of the stabilization force. The day that I put my hand up in front of you and I indicated to you the first oath I took in this struggle in 1995, that Ambazonia will win this war. Therefore, I will work. I will save. I will serve. I will sacrifice. I will endure. I will fight cheerfully and do my utmost, even till death, as if the issue of the whole struggle depended on me alone. So help me God. I hope that as I put my hand up, each and every one of you have also put their hand up and repeated after me this commitment to battle these terrorists. Those on the computer, those at the job site going and taking second jobs, those in the field, the same commitment as if it depended on me alone. Because we will break them. And for those who have been selling this pipe dream that we are going to negotiate our freedom on the on a table inside a boardroom, wake up. Wake up. Power does not concede. You force it. You have to force it and push it to concede. Nobody, none, not the United Nations, not the Swiss, not anybody have any right to talk to Ambazonians about anything, about any ceasefire. That right is gone. The day that they allow the genocide, the burning of our villages, burning of our women, children in their beds, shooting, extrajudicial killings, the closing down of internet, the blackout created to create mass graves in our land, the day they allow that and refuse to invoke the responsibility to protect, that is the day that we lost all reverence, all. How on earth do you negotiate with a mad dog? How on earth do you negotiate with people that have shown you that they are going to cross every line, double cross everything? Look at what they did to Comrade Ayok Seseko. Against all international laws on the books. These guys are crooks. These guys are real crooks. These guys are crooks. And you do not ever want to get into any agreement with a crook. That is why I have said, there is no white knight coming to save us. We have to save ourselves. And the only way to do that is to battle these guys across the Mungo. And you know what? We have shown you how. We have done it. The only thing, as I said the last time, is to believe in your power. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? Let your light shine. Let your power, don't dim your light. You know, I made mention of this, that we are the only people who second guesses themselves to get out of the Eastern House, create a parliament, create an administrative structure, create a House of Chiefs, create an executive branch, create a judicial branch, and then took all that away and go like little this thing to hand it over to quote unquote kings, because we thought so little of ourselves, because we had absolutely no self-confidence. Let the sins of our fathers not be visited on us. Let this be the never again generation. Let this be the generation that does not pull its eyes up and look at the moon through a telescope. Let us have that confidence that we can stand on the moon and look at it with our own eyes, not through a telescope developed by another body. Right now, that moon landing is getting the genocidal forces out of Ambazonia. And I am asking you, every single one of you, those who are still on the sideline, those who have joined the fight, as we launch the second stabilization fund drive in the next week or so, even from now, make your commitment. Step up. Let us end this struggle this year. We need you. Ambazonia needs you. As I open my briefing today with the sad news of the passing of these heroes of Ambazonia, let me close it by saying that there is the saying that the manure or the fertilizer, if you will, for the tree of liberty is the blood of patriots and those of traitors. And so, as we open with the dead of traitors, watering that tree, let me close with that of the traitors, the blacklegs. I had just been informed that one of the most notorious blacklegs have been taken out by our Bamenda Brigade. La République du Cameroon can go and pick him up and give him their state burial at the Mezam River. My fellow Ambazonians, blacklegism is a crime that infects not just the person, but it infects the family. Because the name of a blackleg goes down in the annals of history. And I tell you, their descendants will change their name, for their name will forever remain in ignominy. Think about it. When we started, there were droves of blacklegs who thought that they would gain out of selling out their own villages, out of selling out their own brothers and sisters. They will be the masters of the land. We are 4 years into this now. Are they enjoying their fruits? We might not get you now, but we will get you tomorrow. We might not get you tomorrow, but you know that there is after tomorrow. There is no way to hide. And let me tell you this. Once we are done with La République du Cameroun, once they cross over the Mongo, there is going to be a reckoning in La République du Cameroun. All those who took them into this catastrophic struggle with Ambazonia that is going to break them, pray to God that they remain in power in Yaoundé. Because any accommodation that La République will have coexistence with an independent Ambazonia, that will be that accommodation will come with the transfer of any traitor who has run into Yaoundé over to Ambazonia to stand trial and execution for their treason. So let me be very clear. If you are a blackleg, there is no way to hide, nowhere to hide. For your own safety, run beyond Yaoundé. Maybe you go to a third country that might secure you, because we share a border with Yaoundé. And if we don't take you out, the secret service of Ambazonia will haunt you, because all those causing genocide in Ambazonia, we will follow the Israeli model. Whether it takes us 40 years after, we will get everybody, Ambazonian or La République du Cameroon, or any soldier brought from any foreign land that come and cause massacres in our territory. So today, the black legs of black legs have been taken out in Bamenda. We will come for the rest. But also, let me not finish my briefing without passing to the Bamenda Battalion our heartfelt thanks for the tremendous work that they did in shutting down the town. This is the fifth that they can count, but I know that there is many, many more. I know on that day, you guys took out 2 of the terrorists in Bamenda 2 days ago on Wednesday when you shut down the town. I know that you took out 2 immediately. I know that 3 went missing. I know that right now you are searching, La République is searching, but I can tell you that they might sweep the road in order to see them. So that is 5. 5 within a matter of 1 day. And now they have lost their legs and their eye, their greatest legs and their eye today. You guys are incredible. You guys are incredible. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Congratulations. March on. We are behind you. For Kumbu, Colonel now Riwan, Commander Kumbu, I heard that I got the job, that there were just 5 of you, 5 commandos who took out those 2 trucks that was perforated, 2 heavily armored trucks that were heavily perforated with fire from our forces. I finally got the full briefing of that. Just 5 of you, 5 commandos took that action. I am incredibly proud. Ambazonia is incredibly proud. I can see why La République is searching for a way to call for a ceasefire. You know, the idea of the DDR Center was an idea that La République thought would break the back of this struggle, get them more blacklegs, win them the war. What we have shown, what we have demonstrated, is the unshakable spirit of the warriors of Ambazonia, the intellect of the Ambazonian people, the determination of our forces, and our commitment, our absolute commitment to finish what we started and not pass it on to the next generation. We cannot do this alone. We cannot do this alone. We need the Ambazonian people. The next phase of the stabilization force is coming up in a couple of weeks. Let us shake La République with our commitment, with your commitment. Stand up as if the issue of the whole struggle depended on you alone. This is the time. May God bless our forces. May God bless Ambazonia.
Hail this land of glory, we the Amazonians pledge our loyalty. Praise to our Savior who granted us the freedom. Allegiance to the hero who brought the land together. Glory to glory, we rise and never to fall. Here in a nation, flowing rivers and holy. Glory, glory, glory to the Father for making you a nation, a joy forevermore. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meet in our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meet in our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation.
This is an ACN TV defense update. Stay tuned on ACN TV. We will be right back. Stay tuned on ACN TV. We will be right back.